Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Jeanette, the Oracle. I am enjoying my first post-workout meal, protein drink. Hope you all are having a wonderful end of the month, end of the week so far. And you are ready, willing, and able to start a new month out and jump into this eclipse cycle. I, for one, am really excited. Today, I'm actually going to be working on the July astrology forecast for the newsletter. So definitely go to my website and sign up for my newsletter so that you can get that info. Yes, bring it on eclipse season. Uproot, yes, uproot me. Yes. Uprooting from the old and planting into new soil. I feel it. Yeah, but if you haven't already signed up for my newsletter, definitely sign up. I'll be, I think I'm going to do the newsletters on Tuesday mornings. That seems to be a good day for folks because I think Monday is like a little crazy. So, but I'm going to work on that today, get that done. And then I'm going to start working on the monthly spiritual guidance tarot videos for each of the signs starting tomorrow so that I can get those in by end of day Monday, which is July 1st. So, woohoo! I'm also excited because next week begins semester 2 of the Lightworker Academy. So I have my incubator students as well as my divination through tarot students and the business astrology students. It's going to be wonderful. Yeah. So, but get at me if you want to book a session. We are now basically coming into halfway through the year. So if you want to do a mid-year astrology forecast to see how it's going to be best for you to navigate the time and to make the most out of the opportunities that are there and to finish the year strong, definitely hit me up for that. I have that service up on the website now. Good morning to everyone who is here. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers, please. And also like the video. We are also now officially in the third quarter square of the moon. That happened on Tuesday, and it's in Aries. So basically, as we head into the rest of this week, we'll be in the dark phase of the moon. And the new moon solar eclipse in Cancer is happening on Tuesday, next Tuesday, July 2nd. And it's going to be at 10 degrees Cancer. So you want to look at your natal chart and see where that is in your chart. That is going to begin a brand new 6-month cycle of opportunity for growth and manifestation and expansion in that particular area of your life. So definitely pay attention to that. And then 2 weeks later on July 16th, which I believe is also a Tuesday, that's going to be the full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn. And that eclipse is going to be closing out the eclipse cycle that began with the new moon solar eclipse in Capricorn at the beginning of the year in January. So yeah, at this point, I mean, I feel for a lot of us, we've already been clearing or releasing a lot of things that are not part of the new path that we are stepping on. So whether that's, leaving a job or, making plans to leave one, shifting our relationships, whether it's friendships or romantic partnerships, getting back on top of our health, getting back on top of our routines and our day-to-day structures, all that kind of stuff. I feel like a lot of us have been doing. I know I've been like shoring up a lot of things. I call it adulting, handling like all the shit that needs to get handled in June. And it's been great. Like basically from once we got into Gemini season, which was the end of May, all the way through Cancer season, it was just like this expression, balls to the walls, just like getting shit done. So it was great, but it was also like really tiring. And yeah, like the past week and a half or so, just really have had to slow down and rest a lot and recalibrate. So I'm still managing my energy, but definitely feeling much better energy wise compared to last week, because I've recovered a lot more. And yeah, but if there's still some loose ends that need to get tied up, some things that you still need to let go of, or transitions you need to make. Basically, I would say through the eclipse on the 16th, that full moon eclipse, which is going to be closing out that cycle, just dig in and push in and do what you got to do to make those shifts and adjustments, so that you can move on. And then if you, like me, got ahead of the curve, you'll be able to coast through this time period. But really that means stay on top of your discipline. And since you have hopefully more time and space, put in more practices or more actions where you are stretching your comfort zone, where you are making new connections with people, where you are stretching yourself in business, stretching yourself in how you take care of your physical vessel, all those kinds of things. So, it's not a time really to rest on your laurels, because we're not in the fall and winter time where that's more rest and restoration. This is still a time of activity, but it's being smart about it, being effective versus efficient, right? All right, so yes, Cancer emojis. All right, so got the cards out. Today's session will be short and sweet because I do need to actually have a real meal before I jump into my full work day. I mean, this is technically work, but working with other people one-on-one. Okay. Good morning to those of you coming in. Thank you for being here. Again, please subscribe to the channel. Please go to the website, innersunalchemy.com, to sign up for the newsletter. The July astrology forecast will be coming out at the beginning of next week, and you don't want to miss that because there's a lot happening in July, besides the eclipses that I'm going to be talking about. So be able to look out for that. And then the week after that will be the Lightworker, monthly forecast. All right, so let's see what's up. Cards are ready. Messages for the week, for the collective, for the soul family, for the oversoul group. And we'll be looking at money and relationships, health, personal development, as well as messages for the light workers. Today I'm using the Rider-Waite deck. I want to pop a little color. Okay. All right, so just as I expected, or as I was actually saying, this time that we're in right now is about expansion and stretching outside of our comfort zone. So the core message is the Three of Wands here. And it's being clarified by the Knight of Swords. So yes, charging ahead into brand new territory, stretching, growing, thinking new thoughts, making new connections with people, making new friends, and possibly new dating partnerships. reading more, having a taking a step back and having a more objective approach to how you set up your life, your weekly schedule, all those things. Okay. So let's see. First, I'm going to tap into money messages for all of us. Okay, so first thing off is like stay disciplined with the management of your resources. Whatever the relatively recent rough patch that there has been around money that has ended and the tide has shifted. It's expanding and continuing to expand, so you can trust that. And now the focus needs to be, at least for this week moving forward, is figuring out how you're going to adjust your relationship with your money in terms of how to use it to make it work for you, as opposed to you working for it, right? You may have some financial opportunities come through this week. Please know that you don't have to say yes to everything. Part of what this is, and we also have the King of Swords at the bottom, is having discernment. Everything that's offered doesn't have to be accepted, basically. And it's not a judgment on what's being offered, but it's, you don't have to take everything that's offered. You also don't have to spend needlessly as well. Like, really see what it is that you want to do. Like, don't especially since we're in Cancer season and we're in the dark, the waning part of the moon, heading into the dark days of the moon. Don't just do something to do something and just like throw it away. Like, don't, like, if you don't really want to, like, okay, say for example, like your friends want to go out to eat, but they want to go to a restaurant that you want to go to, like, don't go. Right? Figure out something else to do. But like, if you're going to spend your money, spend it on something that's going to actually bring you pleasure, as opposed to tolerating or accommodating something that you don't really want to do if you're not like fully excited and engaged about it. Like, there's no need to invest your energy, money, into something that does not really provide you value. Now, you can juggle that with being able to spend time with your friends, especially if your schedule is tight. But that just means invest more in engaging with them individually or in another context, right? Put forth the effort there, but be smart about what you do with your money. Like, don't just throw things away on what is not actually giving you true pleasure, because you know what that feels like. You know what that feels like. No, of course, we at the end of the month, so we got, rent and mortgage and bills to pay. So be smart about that as well. Be smart about that as well. But this is, you are entering into a period of growth. But again, it's going to require you being discerning, but discerning from above, like really seeing, okay, what do I want? Where am I going? And how can I shift my thinking about my money and my relationship to my money? Question a lot, question everything, question your beliefs about why you think you have to do something a certain way, because that may enlighten you a lot. Hope she says Bernie Sanders student loan forgiveness program goes through and my loans disappear. Listen, all of us. Heard. Thanks, Amanda. You're welcome. Listen, we out here. But honestly, like, even that, like for me, what is termed student loan debt, it doesn't feel like a burden to me because for me, that was the investment that was necessary for me to become the person that I am today. Um, so my mindset around it is very different. I'm appreciative of it on one hand, but also too, a lot of things as it relates to my finances, I automate because with the Virgo moon, I can get hyper vigilant and really anxious about things unnecessarily and tie up a lot of my energy, especially my mental energy about stuff. So I have found over the years that automating as much as possible, where um, I'm not having to go in and manually pay things or like remember to do stuff. Like I just know, okay, this stuff is happening at this time, and I already have that in the bank, but I'm not having to manage it. It's a way of delegating that energy somewhere else. And in this case, it's to an electronic system, but you could have a bookkeeper that you work with or whatever. Um, but yeah, like I've shifted a lot of that energy around money for my well-being as well as my personal responsibility, right? And it helps me be more clear, more effective. Um, your perspective on the loans is beautiful. Definitely need to make that shift of mindset towards gratitude. Yeah, I mean, for me, like I really did go to college to um, get myself back because I had no idea what I wanted to be and do. Um, so I took a major that was going to be easy for me, that I would do well in, and that happened to be math because math, music, and makeup are the three things for me. So degree was in math, and it was easy for me, and it gave me the room to explore a lot, with the things that were being offered there, and that actually, that was a really smart choice because when I had my reawakening experience in the latter part of my college career, um, I needed to have that room and the stability to take advantage of all the resources that were provided by the university for my healing. Um, and so, but basically, yeah, I got my healing, I got myself back and kickstarted a journey of deep excavation and communion with God, um, understanding more of the nature of the soul, the nature of consciousness, the nature of the universe, understanding more the nature of the relationship that we have with the divine. Um, you know, Healing myself through depression, healing of obesity, and like just all these things came out of that. And I would not have had that had I not gone to college, had I stayed in the environment that I was. Like I literally would not be here. So um, yeah, it was an investment, um, and it was what that was needed to get me here. So I mean, of course, I'll be grateful when I'm um, done with it. But yeah, no, I'm not tripping. Not tripping at all because it was needed, and I understand the gravity of it, the importance of it. All right, tangent. Mm, but also, I consolidated all of them into a single thing, so it reduced my payments significantly. Whereas I know a lot of folks maybe are not able to do that, or their loan amounts are significantly higher, especially if you've gone to medical school or law school and things like that. So that is definitely a different level of success because that's like 2 or 3 car payments potentially. So it's but for me, that's my thing. All right, so that was money. Let's talk about relationships. What's going on in relationships? Well, heart opening for sure. Being open now to some new experiences. whether you're with somebody or not. So it looks like there's a shift this week in perception or way of being where, you've either been too defensive or not allowing for sharing with another. Actually, let me separate this. So for those of you who are single, defenses have definitely been up, okay? And whether it's because of not being motivated to put yourself out there or to date or whatever, or because you've been so focused on work, but whatever it is, that energy has pretty much been on the back burner. It's been a bit shut down. That is going to be shifting this week. Okay. So the heart opening, the excitement is coming up. I would say if there is an opportunity for you to make a connection, if somebody's on the radar, take the initiative. Don't wait for the other person. Okay. That's not the time right now. And if you're in your head about being the one who says something or makes a move, like get over it. Okay. Like really. Um, it doesn't have to be this big thing. Just say, hey, I want to connect. Let's have coffee. Let's have tea. Let's go to lunch. Let's check out a museum, like whatever it is. But yeah, take the initiative. Okay. Because um, there is going to be new energy that comes through. Okay. The potential for connection and attraction is there. Um, and I think you'll find actually by the time we get to the end of, oh, well, I mean, we're going Thursday to Thursday. So by this time next week, you're going to find yourself getting a little bit more of your mojo back in that regard. But I would say definitely like if it's on your mind or on your heart to connect with someone that's new energy, okay, not old energy. So no one from the past, no one that you've kind of been like whatever with, right? New energy, new energy. Now for those of you who are in partnerships, that is actually feeling a little contentious. So just watch your words, watch your emotions, because right now Mars is in Cancer still. It doesn't actually shift into Leo until Monday, actually July 1st. It shifts into Cancer. So just over these next couple of days, just watch your language, watch your emotions. You will get back to a place of even keel. There's no need to get into any arguments because you or your partner might be a little heated. Keep a higher ground. And then things will shift by the time we get into, mid next week with that energetically. But stay clear, stay objective. Don't get in your emotions and don't pop off. Whatever that is that's going on. Okay. Where are we on time? Health and wellness. You still need to rest. Yeah, you are getting a boost right now. But it's still time to chill out because being at the end of the month, but also the last week of the lunar cycle, it is a time of slowing down and gradually releasing so that the renewal can come in with the new moon and moving forward. So, as you head into the weekend, balance as much as you can, handle the things that you need to handle. Cause I mean, basically today and tomorrow is really the end of the work week and the work month. And then over the weekend, allow yourself to kind of unload, unwind, still staying, of course, on top of what you need to stay on top of, but take it easy as much as you can. And then by the time we get into, Thursday next week, you definitely should be in a place of full renewal, full recovery. Get out in the sun if you can. And if you're in a place where there's not a lot of sun, June gloom. Here in California, like some days it's sunny for a couple hours right now. Other days it's cloudy all day. So if it's not sunny outside, then at least wear bright colors to evoke the energy of the sun, and that will actually shift your mood because it's going to send different frequencies to your brain, and it's going to keep your energy elevated. All right. Okay. Light workers, the family. Let's see what's going on in spirit. So the usual is going to be true, right? So since we were in the last stage of the lunar cycle, this is the time when you very much need to be on guard energetically in the spirit, because there tends to be a lot more permeability of the dark, a lot of crossing boundaries and, spiritual warfare and things like that. So if you haven't already reset or beefed up or added to your protection for the week, go ahead and start that now or at the latest Sunday, because that's like 3 days before, or excuse me, Saturday. Yeah. Saturday would be 3 days before the moon eclipse. I started my work on Tuesday because it's a Mars day, and it was also the day of the third quarter square moon in Aries. So that was great energy, Mars in Aries, right? So I have some work going, and yeah, the warfare is there. I'm like, oh, okay. But just hold your ground. Hold your ground. Because you're good. You're good. Stay in a neutral place the beginning of next week. That Monday, Tuesday with the eclipse energy. It's really, really important. And actually, if you are called to it, I invite you to stay connected with me on Instagram because so currently right now I have a grid up for Flint, Michigan to help to heal the people, the children. And so that went up on Tuesday and it's going to stay through Saturday. But starting on the eclipse, I'm going to do a grid for the ancestors. I don't know which region I want to focus on, but what I want ideally for folks to do or participate in is to for the ancestors of the land, of the area that they actually are living in currently. So like if you are living in Connecticut, do it for your state or the city that you're in, but preferably your state because, I don't know, excuse me, how many people would be participating. So, feel free to take up all the space. But I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to put my focus, because I may actually go back. I may do California, or the Atlantic slave trade routes. So the ocean waters there, going from the west coast of Africa, or maybe the whole western coastline of the continent itself. We'll see. But yeah, there to the northern part of South America, the islands, and of course the coastal southern states of the United States, as well as the United Kingdom. We'll see. I have to drop into that when the energy shifts, because right now the focus is on Flint. But yeah, if you I invite you please to join in and participate with that starting next Tuesday. And if you're not already participating in the grid for Flint, Michigan, definitely join in with that. I have a picture of the grid up on my Instagram channel, so you can go there, or my Instagram page or profile. The words Instagram profile, they'll be there. But yes, stay in your spiritual power. Make sure you always are working with your guardian protectors and your spirit team. Like, don't slack on that. I had mentioned in a recent, I think I did a post yesterday on Instagram about the importance of staying on your A game right now. And it's really important because this eclipse coming up is really powerful in a way that we haven't seen before in a long time, because Cancer is the cosmic mother energy. And this also very much relates to the astral realm and our energy bodies, which is why I got called to work with the helping the ancestors transition. So basically, I just realized I never explained this. For the grid that will go up next week, wherever the region is that you may be called to, it's going to be for the purpose of supporting souls that are trapped due to trauma, and supporting them in their transitioning to the light. Okay. That's the intention for that. But yeah, the dark energy right now is, and it actually has been, I mean, really since the new moon in Gemini, real talk. It's been a little intense. Nothing that we can't handle, but yeah, it's been intense. So stay on top of your A game, guys. And keep taking up space. Take back these astral streets. Take back these astral streets. And then also too, if you in any way, shape, or form randomly find yourself like thinking old thoughts, or like having old negative belief patterns or fears or what have you start to show up, like, shut that shit down, real talk, because that's not you anymore. Especially if you've been doing your work this year and have been staying on top of it, like, really check it and be like, this isn't me, this isn't mine, because that's an energy, a being, an entity, whatever you want to call it, that is playing the loop in the hopes that you'll hook into it and accept it and receive it. Don't do that, especially if you've been doing a lot of clearing of your field, especially if you have been leveling up. Really stop and be like, this isn't mine. Like, this thought isn't mine. This is like some old shit. So don't accept it. And tell whatever that thing is to bounce. Victory is assured. Live as spirit in form. So remember that you are a soul that is housing a body, not being housed by a body, but is housing, literally crafting and creating a physical form and moving about through the world in service, okay? So show up. So light workers show up as souls in form, as the divine in form. And start practicing dropping the belief that you are a human being, because you're more than that. Yes, you are a human being, but you're more than that. And if you are called as a light worker, you definitely have to, especially for this corridor right now, with Cancer being where the North Node is, where we need to be embodying, it's embodying and living from the space of the soul, unapologetically. So bring the presence of God everywhere that you are. Don't back down from that, okay? Because that's actually what's needed, and that's what will feed the masses. All right. That is the messages for the week. Again, have a wonderful end of the month. Finish strong. Reach out to me if you want to do a mid-year astrology forecast. You can book that on my website, innersonalchemy.com. And yeah, participate in the Crystal Grid for Flint, Michigan. And please also participate next week when we do the ancestors, helping them to heal and crossover. All right. Love you guys so much. Talk soon.